approved a drug that doesn't work. Wait, what? Also, by the way, apparently aging is no longer a part of life anymore. It's actually a disease. Ew, yucky. Get this aging thing away from me. Aging is a natural process, just another part of life, correct? One day you're born, eventually you decay, then you die. Well, it's a disease if you want to make profits / money off of it and making some form of anti-aging drug, isn't it? The FDA looks at aging as a natural process currently. Many companies have a hard time pushing anti-aging or reverse aging products or drugs thanks to said FDA not really approving those quite yet due to the stance that they have. Drugs intended to target aging must target a disease that often results from the aging process in order to demonstrate efficacy and gain approval. But there's growing consensus and effort among scientists to convince the FDA that aging itself should be classified as a disease and an appropriate target for drug development. Not really surprising that a lot of these scientists are trying to do this with how for-profit many of them plus big pharma companies are when it comes to stuff like this, and just in general. Now, we've had many videos on this channel discussing that exactly and how many of these government agencies that are a part of the pharmaceutical / medical industry, and it's kind of been like that for a while now, where it seems that it's more about profits and less about helping people to be physically / mentally the best that they can possibly be. Even the FDA is corrupt, it would seem, and we've done plenty of videos on that here in this channel. It's really crazy to think about sometimes, honestly. The pharmaceutical industry funding alone has become so dominant that last year it accounted for 3/4 of 1.1 billion of the agency's drug division budget. That's the FDA's budget, by the way. Changes in more recent years have also increased the number of standard new drug applications approved the first time around by the FDA from 38% in 2005 to 61% in 2018. In diseases where there are not many medication options for patients, 89% of new drug applications were approved the first time around.
Wow.
89% of drugs are being approved the first time around, and that's for diseases that don't have many medications out there. First time around. It's supposed to go through rigorous testing. I don't really think, that many drugs should be getting approved the first time around, or it's really realistic for them to get approved the first time around. Now, it all really doesn't seem to be getting much better, does it? Oh wait, it gets better. Most recently, the COVID-19 pandemic has seen the FDA provide emergency use authorization for potential treatments in a matter of weeks, not months. Not years, not months, weeks. That means little testing. It normally takes several months to years for any of them to get approved, and now it's just miraculously being scrunched down into weeks. Crazy, man, because on average, if you guys do your research, prior to all the stuff with COVID vaccines and everything else, it took about 5 years on average for vaccines to get approved and put on the shelves for people to be safe for public consumption. And it took 6 months for the COVID vaccine. So food for thought. Removal of the disease-specific regulatory barriers would make regenerative therapies available as preventative care solutions. Simply put, therapies that target the process of aging itself enjoy a nearly unlimited market. Oh wow, shocker there. Compared to therapies with the same mechanism that targets a single disease. The FDA likely will revisit this issue as scientific pressure mounts to declare aging a drug target. It sounds more like money-making / marketing strategies rather, and trying to make profit, doesn't it? Next thing you know, they're just gonna start, approving drugs that don't actually do anything or help to kill / prevent the diseases that they're said to.
The FDA broke its own protocols to approve a new Alzheimer's drug last year. The findings conclude that the regulator worked too closely with Biogen, despite significant concerns over the limited benefits and side effects of the new drug, Aduhelm.
Judy, when the FDA approved the drug back in June of 2021, Biogen had hoped to earn billions of dollars off of it within a few years.
Part of the problem is that the FDA needs more guidance to determine how aging should be measured and needs to see evidence that targeting aging biomarkers actually has a beneficial effect. The FDA recently expressed a willingness to consider biomarkers for the identification of early stage Alzheimer's disease. Would you look at that? So you don't want to make history by actually helping people? No, we really just want money. Gotta buy this yacht for little Jimmy.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money!
Well, we did do all that collaboration and interacting over those 115 emails, calls, and meetings. Plus, what kid doesn't, live without a yacht these days, right? Aww. So this new Alzheimer's drug is approved. Let's continue to do our business together, and I hope little Jimmy enjoys his new yacht. All joking aside, that's a lot of discussion / meetings for a drug that doesn't really work. Also, just point out, I thought it was kind of funny that they used the word collaboration, because this shit that they're trying to get approved isn't the new Nikes, Jordans, or the next hot video game out there. That word is normally used and best used in a setting for selling some form of entertainment, not a drug to help with Alzheimer's. Like, it's just a really weird word to use, and with how everything was, it just kind of stresses the point more. They don't care about helping. You know what else is really fucked up? The fact that you guys haven't smashed the shit out of that like button or just slammed that subscribe button yet. Really does help us out whenever you guys do this, and it helps us to get further up in the YouTube algorithm to let people know more about stuff like this, in addition to, helping them understand it's okay to think independently and question these systems that we live in. It's perfectly natural. But with that being said, though, let's go ahead and hop right back on into the video. Now, the company that produced this drug, their whole goal was not helping people. It was to make money.
I like money.
According to a congressional investigation released on Thursday, the agency's actions, in quotes, raise serious concerns about the FDA's lapses in protocol, the report concluded. So the FDA pushed out an experimental drug with no real data proving or backing the efficacy of it, really. Where have we seen that before? This is seriously fucked up. This seems like a waste of taxpayer money and just really dangerous and hazardous to the general public's health and well-being if, the FDA is having lapses in its protocol. For all we know, they could be approving poison for us, and we know nothing about it.
So the heavy metals of concern that we are finding elevated levels in baby food are mercury, cadmium, lead, and arsenic. Concern is long-term effects on neurodevelopment, brain function, and possibly the long-term risk of cancer down the road.
You don't fucking say. Well, no shit, it's gonna give you brain development issues. It's got fucking mercury in it. Oh, and don't forget about the cancer. Mercury isn't poisonous to ingest, right? No, not at all. Psst, it's actually very poisonous, but don't tell them about that.
It was reported that the company may have known for decades that its baby powder sometimes contained asbestos, which can cause cancer.
How can we truly trust the FDA or other governing bodies in the medical and pharmaceutical industry, in addition to, the big businesses involved with them, if they're doing things like approving products which are poisonous for well over a decade, like how Johnson & Johnson knew about the asbestos being inside their baby powder and did nothing. The FDA seemingly just approved of it. Approving of baby food which contains several poisonous chemicals in it which cause brain development issues and cancer. And also a drug which doesn't really do anything. Doesn't really seem like a good use of taxpayer money, for one. And two, also seems like since they're half funded by the people that they regulate, and they get 3/4 of their fucking budget for drug making from those it's supposed to regulate in the pharmaceutical industry, that they might be a little biased towards them and just be buddy-buddy, you know, and want to just hop on the bandwagon train of selling the fuck out. Because it doesn't really seem like they actually give a shit about us. And it seems like they're pretty corrupt. But that's enough about what I think. What do you guys think? Is aging a disease, or is it just a natural part of life like it's been in the past, you know? And is it really fucked up that, you know, the FDA is doing shit like this and giving us all this poison and everything else, just approving drugs that have no ethical or efficacy studies to show for it? Let me know in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear it. Now, if you guys did make it to the end of this video, go and leave the word Alzheimer's in the comments section down below. Let me know they made it to the end and you guys are part of the 100% club. That being said though, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me whenever you guys do this, and also helps us to get further up in that YouTube algorithm to let other people know about this information. Now, would you guys like a more interactive experience with us here? Go and join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Central Time then on stream, where we do things like play video games, share dark humor, talk about conspiracies like this, share good vibes, and just, you know, have quality bonding time. The more the merrier, right? Also, feel free to check out our Discords, where we have movie/movie night every other Friday, like the one that's coming up this following Friday, where we watch things like anime, cartoons, movies, documentaries on things of these sorts, where they talk about things like how Hitler didn't kill himself, and that's actually got a bunch of evidence to back it up from the CIA, FBI, and other intelligence communities across the world and their investigations. Also share philosophical and spiritual discussions, dark humor memes, etc. And just, you know, again, good vibes and a good bonding experience, you know, with the Z Tribe. So if you guys want, you know, do that stuff, feel free to check us out. Links will be in the description below. And thank you to all 120 badass motherfuckers of this Z Tribe YouTube channel. I do appreciate you guys very much, and, you know, hope you continue to enjoy your stay here. Until next time though, my dudes, please don't forget to live long and prosper. Take care and peace. Keep it 1,000,000% real. And remember, fuck the system. I'll see you guys on the flip side. You.